Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam McCullough. This is Gazzetta United, not in the coffee shop today, but we are still here with a coffee, with the papers, to talk all things football, Premier League, Manchester United, as I'm sure we're dominating the back pages as we usually are. And of course, Mason Greenwood making his England debut last night, so that'll be in the back pages somewhere. Hope you guys are all doing well. What a week it's been, I guess. We've announced our first signing of the summer, Donny van der Beek, and now we're waiting for a few more. Jadon Sancho. There's been fullbacks spoken about, Sergio Reguilon, Deo Upamecano. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute action-packed transfer window from now till the end. And no matter what happens, we've got you covered here on Stretford Paddock. So make sure you're clicking that subscribe button right down there. But for now, as I said, got a coffee, got the papers. Let's get stuck into a little bit of the back pages. What's going on the front pages today? Attenborough, the most important film of his life. I'll have to check that out later. I love a little bit of Attenborough, a little bit of Our Planet, a little bit of all that good stuff. Can tell I'm getting old now. I go on walks and watch David Attenborough and shit like that. But anyway, let's get to the back pages, and we see here, as I put that to the side, Raheem to the rescue. Raheem Sterling's penalty yesterday getting England a win, although they had to rely on an Iceland penalty miss moments later in the last dying stages. 10-man England grabbed their revenge over Iceland after an incredible night of last gasp penalty drama. Revenge. I assume they're talking about the Euro 2016 exit at the hands of Iceland. Revenge. How is that revenge? How is I knock you out of an international tournament on the world stage in front of everybody, embarrassing you, the same as you beat us 1-0 thanks to a last-minute penalty miss in the Nations League? That's not revenge. That's not revenge at all, is it? Genie costly for Barca. Liverpool have told Barcelona it will cost them £15 million to land Genie Wijnaldum. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, why are you talking about that? Well, it is relevant to Manchester United because we've been linked with Thiago Alcantara, and I've actually said all along, once Wijnaldum goes to Barcelona, Thiago will go to Liverpool. It looks like happening. Don't get your hopes up over Thiago, trust me. Giggs says that Wales need Bale, which is, I think, pretty obvious, and I think that's our signal to turn over the page. You've got a little bit more on the inside of grim introductions of Three Lions, but Bright Phil makes most of debut. Did he though? I think Phil Foden's a massive talent, and I think England are hamstrung by the fact that they've got Gareth Southgate as manager. You know, we've got so much talent in the English national side, and we're forced to watch the likes of Dyer and Ward-Prowse and fucking whoever else they decide to. Who else was it yesterday? I can't even remember the name of some. Declan Rice, like, was forced to watch these guys passing it sideways to each other. There's so much talent. Phil Foden wasn't great yesterday. He did a few things which show that he's an absolute baller and he's naturally gifted. But when you've got the talent that England have, even with the players that were out missing yesterday, and we serve up some of this football, it's a joke. And you can talk about the semi-finals all you want, but any decent manager would have got that England squad to that semi-finals with the opposition that we faced, and probably would have got to the final as well. So England are wasting another tournament with him. Foxes prepare £30 million for Tarkowski bid. 30 M's for Tarkowski. Jeez. Bloody hell. And what do we have here? Carragher. Ollie has to nab Jadon Sancho now or he will finish up at the Kop. Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher has warned Man United that Liverpool will launch a bid to sign Jadon Sancho if the Old Trafford club failed to pay the England stars £108 million asking price this summer. He feels that United Executive Vice Chairman is unwilling to pull the trigger on a British record bid for the 20-year-old after wasting fortune on failed signings like Sanchez, Di Maria and Lukaku. But Carragher has told Woodward to seal a deal now for Sancho or face a Liverpool challenge for his signature next summer. He says United have got a clear run at Sancho now, but that will change if he's still at Dortmund next year. I'd be very surprised if Liverpool did not try to sign him next summer. That's why I think United would eventually pay what they have got to pay to sign Sancho. And whilst I can't see Liverpool spending £110 million on a player or anything close to that, you know, they're struggling to stump up any kind of money for Thiago and Timo Werner at the moment. But it's true. It's true. If we don't sign Jadon Sancho this summer, next summer there'll be other clubs that will be in the market for him. that will have funds available. You know, we might have fans fully back in stadiums by then. You know, TV money's improved. You know, clubs are going to be in better financial positions next summer, and it won't just be Manchester United in for him. That's why it's vitally important that we take this opportunity. And the club could actually think about it and say, if we spend an extra 100 and 200 million this summer, we might not need to spend as much for the next 2 windows if you get the right signings in. But it's about being shrewd with that money. And when you're hearing about potential deals like Sergio Reguilon, and Fabrizio Romano has quoted today that, you know, a decision will be made on his future and United will decide on it next week. We've been offered the opportunity to sign him either by Real Madrid or by his agents, and United have gone back in. But, you know, we'll find out next week whether United are going to get him. But those are the kind of shrewd signings you could make now, which in a year, if Reguilon stays on loan at Sevilla, for example, and has another good season, next year that price is doubled. So we have to be shrewd with the business that we're doing as well. But I think Carragher's right. I think Carragher's right. Other clubs will be in for him next summer if we don't get him now. So we need to be careful about that. Anyway, moving on to the next paper. We've got Ice Cool on the back here. What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold. I can't hear. Alright, yeah, let's not start that. We see again Cocktail Bar say it's 15 million for Gini Wijnaldum. It's a bargain really, isn't it? City monitor Messi strike. Lionel Messi is still on strike. 24 shut up. You're not on strike, bro. If you got a contract, you're shook to take him to court because you know you're going to lose. Just any other player. I got caught into a little Twitter spat with Gary Lineker. I say spat. It was just a difference of an opinion. I don't dislike Gary Lineker, but the way people talking about Lionel Messi, oh Barcelona, they should let him go. They should be real. Any other player, this was any other player, they're getting ripped. Now you could say yes, Lionel Messi has done a lot for Barcelona. Okay, but Barcelona have been paying €1 million a week for how long? Like, this guy gets everything his own way at the club. And like, now that they've had a bad season or a few bad seasons, shit's gone to, you want to just duck and dive out of there. Alright, fair enough. If you do, hand in a transfer request like anyone else. And if you add that clause, activate that clause when it's within the date. Like, I love Messi, man. Is possibly the GOAT, but come on, any other player, and it's different talk. It's a different talk. 3 Lions in ugly 10-man shocker. 1 penalty miss saves them. I was unsure whether actually England's penalty was a penalty, but they got the 3 points in the end. I suppose they deserved it, but it wasn't a great performance. I don't like international football. I'm glad they've got some of these fixtures out of the way before we get back in the mix for the Premier League and all that kind of stuff. Flicking through here, we don't want to know about Denmark playing against England. Rusty Bale okay for gigs. We don't really want to know about that. I was all for Messi in blue. Jamie Carragher wanted to see Lionel Messi in Manchester City blue and not Liverpool red. I'm sorry. Lionel Messi, it would have been amazing to see him in the Premier League. But if he would have signed for City, English football fans ain't like anybody. We're not going to queue up at Etihad to watch fucking Lionel Messi as a neutral. We're going to boo him. We're going to jeer him. We're going to hope he flops. That's what football fans do. And that's what we would have done. Now he's at Barcelona still. We can enjoy what he does. Apart from when it's against one of our clubs. Hopefully it's not against United in the Champions League this year. Jesus, please no. Carragher talking again. Get Sancho deal done now, or Cop will be back in to nick him. Point well made. Donny Joy for tragic coach. So we got a story from Donny van der Beek here. Donny Joy for tragic coach. Van der Beek dream comes true for dying boyhood mentor. Donny van der Beek has revealed the heartbreak behind his 40 million move to United. Van der Beek shed tears of both sadness and joy when he sees his arrival at Old Trafford, because it realised the dream he shared with tragic coach who first discovered him. That coach, Harm Gravink, aged 73, has been told he hasn't got long to live after being diagnosed with cancer. And the man who has been Van der Beek's mentor since watching him play as a schoolboy for Vinch Boys told the 23-year-old midfielder that his final wish was to see him leave Ajax to join one of Europe's biggest clubs. Ajax is one of Europe's biggest clubs, but we know what they mean. That's why Van der Beek was so desperate to sign for United after seeing a proposed move to Real Madrid collapse due to the COVID-19. Harm was the man who spotted my talent. He told me I had the talent to become a pro, and he took me to Ajax. Whenever I was away from the club, we were training skills and all sorts. He was like a private coach. Sadly now he is dying, but he had one dream for me. He wanted to live to see my transfer to a big club, to the next big stage in my career. We thought it was going to Madrid. That did not work out for various reasons. Now I've joined an absolutely fantastic club in the biggest competition in the world. The fact that Harm knows that I am now a Manchester United player amongst all those other great players at Old Trafford fills me with joy, because he is a wonderful man. And what a touching tribute to the man that discovered him. And yeah, it's a little bit of a sad story, but one that has happiness in it as well, because, you know, the man that discovered him gets to see the player he discovered fulfill his dreams. So nice touching story there to end Gazzetta United with. Probably going to leave us all in tears. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked. You're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing, you're subscribing. I've just seen something else here as well. Man United have arranged a friendly against Aston Villa on the weekend. Their Premier League campaign was allowed to be delayed. So next weekend, apparently, we're playing Villa in a pre-season friendly. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Premier League Gazette. It's Gazzetta United. Premier League Gazette's on my channel, which, by the way, you can subscribe to youtube.com/AdamMcCullough. Trying to hit 100k. But if you've already done that, subscribe to Stretford Paddock. Like, comment, share. Join if you can as well. And for now, I've been Adam McCullough. I'm out of here.